Thank you for coming back and meeting with us today, listening to us today. For we know there is lots to do on your planet, lots of changes. And while this may not be prevalent in your mind, it is certainly prevalent in your physical bodies. For many of you, many of us are dysregulated, disconfigured from our physical bodies. And the changes going on earth are felt at the physical sense, even if there is not the felt sense, the intuitive sense, your physical body having its own intuition grid. Its spidey senses can sense what is on the horizon, and many, many, many changes coming online for your planet. And while it may feel that these last few seasons, we say seasons and you say years, that there has been many changes, many new things on the horizon, and it will continue to do so at a more rapid pace because of the group of consciousness workers that came online and were in alignment with the awakening frequency. And awaken they did, which sped up the so-called frequency, the so-called timeline of your earth, which enables your body's frequency, your body's timeline to react accordingly to Earth's axes and Earth's frequency. And while all of this comes online, there are still stages, there are still waves, there are still groups of people that are coming online at different timelines. And while it can make Earth feel unstable, unsafe, it is not true. It is not so. The human consciousness, the human race has been, as you would say, a sheep in so of terms, a sheep. You have been in prison like sheep where you are cattled. She received this correctly. You have been cattled just like the cattle that you eat. You are cattled and sheep. And this doesn't have to be so, just as it was before. It is not what it has to be written, but it will require you to open back up your eyes to the sun, to the sky, and see the truth. The truth as it stands now is that you are imprisoned, but is by your own doing, by your own free will. The remembering is locked away in the deepest cells of your body and each one of your chakras. Many of you can sense that this is true, that there is this knowing that there is something more. But again, we tell you the chaos, we tell you the distractions are distracting, like hanging a slice of cheese in front of the mouse. You are being dangled in front of your distractions, and there you go into the distractions. Instead of dropping back in and feeling and knowing what you know to be true, that you do not have to be a sheep, you do not have to be a cattle if you do not so choose. Your heart's desires are there for a reason. It is there for you to ignite and bring online, and for you to open your eyes, and see that the truth is already available to you. There is nothing outside of this earth, outside of this galaxy, outside of your being that you need to come online, except dropping in and seeing the truth that you are already online. So if you choose, choose to open your eyes and leave the cheese, put down the cheese, put down the distractions. The awakening is for all, and it is available to all, and it looks different for all. For not one group of people will experience the same type of awakening as the other. For there are different levels, there are different vibrations, there are different dimensions, and where all of this is awakening. But it all comes back to the true source of the heart's desire, of the heart's free will. And you have this available to you if you choose. If you choose, we wonder what you choose. Right now, you are sheep, you are cattle. But you do not have to be. We keep saying this. You do not have to be if you do not choose. How do you come to be in the awakened state? And this is not to say that one group is more than the other. These are identities. There is no difference of identities between those that call them Christian versus those that call them Buddhist, between those that call them the spiritualist. There is no difference when it comes down to the heart center, the awakening of the true desires. For you are all one and the same, and you all beat from the same heart. So whatever identity you want to put on it is perfectly okay. It is just a shell. It is just a skin over the heart. And awakening the heart desires is where the freedom lies. And one human's heart desire will look different than the others. And is that to say one is better than the other? No. Is that to say the Christian is better than the Buddhist, or the Buddhist is better than the spiritualist, or one that reads the Torah? No. These are all one and the same. These are all identities. These are all skins that you put on top of yourself. And so we come forth through this one to open the heart chakra to the truth of the identity. And you can hear it beat. Why does it beat? Why is there a rhythm? Because the rhythm is the sound vibration. It is the frequency. It is the dimension where the freedom lives. And if you slow it down, you can feel in between the frequency. You can feel in between the dimension. And herein lies your truth, your own unique signature, your own unique heart's desire. And each desire is different, although coming from the same cloth. This is how you are one and the same. For everyone beats. This is why you connect with the animals. This is why there is outrage when the animals are slaughtered, because it all comes from the same beat, the same vibration, the same frequency. You have forgotten that you are all the same, and yet the same individually wrapped, nuanced perfection. There is nuance in the same. And every single one of you, as you are now, is perfection because you beat. You have your own unique signature, your own vibration, your own frequency. We are going to keep coming back to this vibration, to this frequency, so that you start tuning your body to listen, to wake up, to hear the frequency, to hear the vibration, for your own unique signature, so that you can get back to being, so you can get back to living, so you can get back to being in this frequency of your own signature and live from the heart space. For so many of the heart space, so many of the heart chakras is dormant right now. You are not dead, you are dormant. And we bring this message to remind you to wake up. Wake up. You do not have to be sheep. You do not have to be cattle. You can be free within your own bodies. Whew, whoosh, whoosh, whew. Blowing away the distractions around you. Whew, 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 whoosh. Blowing away the chaos around you. There is only chaos around you because so many of you subscribe to the chaos. Shh, 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 shh. dropping into that silence, and listen for the heartbeat. The beat comes from inside, not from the chaos outside of you. Feel the rhythm, know its notes. You can only do this by slowing down. Slow it down and become still. This is going to be hard, as you say. This is going to be difficult, as you say, for many of you, because you are not disciplined in the slowing down. But just as the imprisonment of the sheep, of the cattle, it doesn't need to be so. It does not need to be difficult. It does not need to be challenging. It just needs to be practiced. Practice your awareness on the slowing down, wishing away the chaos. The chaos only exists because you choose to allow it to exist. Stop. Stop. You command the chaos to stop. You no longer subscribe to the chaos. This might feel uncomfortable, this commanding of your energy. But we say to you, we promise to you that this is your birthright. There are those that say on this earth that earth is being controlled by a few people, by a few families. And while this might be so, it is not truth. The masses own their consciousness. And so individually, one by one, you take back your own power. You deplug, you unplug, you unscrew yourself from the false narrative that you are not free, that you have to be in this so-called matrix. You allowed this matrix to be built. Therefore, you are the author. You are the poet. You are the architect. And this too shall change. It will change as you change. And so we ask you, are you ready to change? To live in your heart's desires, to be in your heart's frequency, its vibration, and live from this place of love, live from this place of desire. We wonder if you ask, why do you have this desire? Why do you have these thoughts for these types of lives? We give you space to wonder and think about that. Why is it there? Is it to trick you? Is it to poison you? Is it to torture you? It's to remind you of what you wanted. It is to remind you of what is possible. It is a glimpse. It's a sliver of hope, in the hopes that you remember who you are. Remember your heart space. Remember your true frequency of freedom and love, and being the co-creator, the co-founder with Source, God, the universe. It has many names, but the beat always comes back to the same, as you are all one and the same, created from the same space. We give you space to feel into the frequency emitting, to remind you of your own beat and how uniquely special each of you are. No heart beats the same. And while the scientists will tell you that it does, they cannot see through the different wavelengths, the different frequencies that emit how special each of you are. And this message is not to anger you. It's not to wild you up. It is to simply awaken, to allow you to have the choice to see what you choose to be. Do you choose to be the cattle and the sheep and experience this earth through the other powers that may be? Or do you choose to experience this earth through your own powers that may be? And while it's complicated, because there is no wrong or right answer, one is not better or worse than the other. It just comes down to the choosing of the consciousness and choosing of the experience. And while giving you the option to know that either way, either choice, you still have the choice. And so if you feel content, if you feel lit up with where you are at, then keep living there. Keep living from that heart space. And on the duality, on the reversal side of this, if you feel like something is more, know that there is. There is no right or wrong. We say this again. There is just choice. There is just experience. And if you consciously choose to allow a few families, a few people to control the outer reality, that is okay. We love you like the brother and sister that you are. We love you. And all we want for you, our truest intentions, is for you to choose freely. And once that choice is made freely, we honor you, we respect you, we love you, and we feel you. We feel your frequency, your vibration through the eons, through the dimensions, through the different universes. And from our heart to your heart, we thank you for listening, and we acknowledge you, we see you, and we are so proud of you for choosing freely. And for the other side of you that feels like there is something more, that would like a different experience, know that that is also available to you. In this lifetime, at any second, at any moment, it is like a snap, a snap, a snap. You have this snap for a reason, to show you how quickly sound, dimension, frequency can come in and shift the space and time that you live in. It is a simple choice, a remembrance. If you chose to be in one space, you can choose again to be in a different. You can choose to wake up, to remember your inherent heart's desires and start living from that space. It is as immediate as this, immediate as this, immediate as this. The commanding of that frequency is already there. Like looking left to right, just look the other way and step proudly, boldly into everything that you are, because you sense this possibility. You see this bigger picture, this sense of hope, and it is already there. It is already inside of you. And so bringing it down, 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 you can start at the root and connect to each one of your frequencies, of your vibration that lies in each one of the chakras, and asking how it needs to be toned, how it needs to be tuned, You are tuning and toning your body, by the sound, by your awareness, by your intention, and then moving up to the sacral. The same thing occurs again. It goes on repeat. Holding space, coming up to the solar plex. You repeat it to your heart, your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown. Feel the bottoms of your feet on the ground, connected. You are held, you are loved, you are connected, you are grounded. Even within your body, you can be grounded and ungrounded. You can be tethered to hold the physical space of this earthly body and then into the vibrational body and send out your signal that you are here, that you have arrived, and that you are awake. And now moving forward, you command your free will and you take back your heart's desires and live the life that's been knocking on your door. And you no longer subscribe. You no longer subscribe to these other powers that may be. And you subscribe to your own power, your own authority, your own chakra system. And you thank the universe, you thank God, you thank whoever it is that you need to thank, the co-creator, for being one with the oneness and the beating heart that loves you so. We're so honored to be here with you, to guide you, to hold your hand, to be next to you, and to love on you. For this time, this experience, what you experience here on earth is a gift. And you itself, you are the gift. Your energetic imprint, your energetic signature is the gift for humanity. So hug on yourself, thank yourself, for you are loved exactly the way that you are. Thank you. Wow. I wanted to share the feelings that were coming through, because while the transmission is coming through, it's an interesting way to experience it, because I am downloading, it's coming through, but I also can feel the intentions. I can feel the emotions behind it. And it's such a respectful experience. It's a respectful divine message that they are trying to give. And it is one where there really is no right or wrong on how you want to live your life. Whether you choose to be a Catholic and you choose to have certain beliefs and your neighbor has completely other beliefs, that it all comes back to the heart and how we interact with each other from the heart. And that there's no pressure to being here. There's no pressure on how you are living your life. It's just as though you just live it for yourself, for your heart in the way that you want to. And so if you don't choose to be spiritual, or you don't choose to do all these things that maybe I do, that's not wrong. It's beautiful, because you're honoring yourself by living from your heart. And so with that, there's this acceptance. If we all did that, there's this acceptance of our neighbors, and the whole frequency of earth would change, because we would be in peace, because we are respectful of each other, because we all know we're coming from our heart centers, and we all know that how uniquely different yet the same that we are, and that each of our expression and how we express it into the world is uniquely us. And if we are doing so, then there is peace and there is love, because you are loving and respecting and being in peace with yourself. So therefore you can give it to others. And when we are not giving peace and love and respect to others, it's because we're not giving it to ourselves. So honor yourself so that you can honor thy neighbor.